Hi guys, how are you? Today, we are going to talk about a very favorite topic in terms of search, Coca-Cola. Everything you need to know about Coca-Cola is in this video, so leave your like and subscribe to the channel so that it reaches more people. Coca-Cola was created by pharmacist John Pemberton in May 1886 in Atlanta, United States. Originally, the recipe was supposed to serve as a remedy for the stomach, a common malaise among Americans at the time. The original formula was a mixture of coca leaves, cola nut extract, nutmeg oil, lemon oil, lime oils, coriander and a lot of sugar, in addition to some other essential oils, composing the ingredients that later became known as 7X flavor. Morphine addiction was one of the biggest obstacles faced by Pemberton and, as a result, he died 2 years after creating Coca-Cola, without having the chance to see the success of his recipe. However, Coca-Cola was not always so famous. In fact, at first, around 9 cups of the drink were sold a day and its sales even caused a loss, instead of being a profitable business idea. How did this remedy become such a famous soft drink? Find out below. Why did Coca-Cola become so famous? After the death of John Pemberton, the story of Coca-Cola takes a turn. Frank Robinson, the late pharmacist's accountant, sold the tonic's formula for $2,300 to Asa Griggs Candler, the man who turned the drink into a consumer icon. How did he do it? Among his first steps, Candler created the patent for the Coca-Cola brand and founded the Coca-Cola Company, but the real secret to the success of the venture was investing in branding and a good marketing strategy. The first action to publicize the drink was to distribute coupons that gave the right to a free glass of Coca-Cola, mental trigger of reciprocity here, you understand? In addition, free gifts were offered such as calendars, watches, flags and other products with the brand slogan stamped on them. To date, Coca-Cola is one of the companies that most invests in advertising, with a total investment of more than $2 billion a year. Did you even know that Santa Claus, with the red clothes we know today, is an image created by Coca-Cola? We will explain this further. Now that you're on top of how the rise of this soft drink empire was, it's time to talk about Pepsi, Coca-Cola's biggest competitor. Coke versus Pepsi. Pepsi is a soft drink created in 1893, shortly after Coca-Cola. Like its competitor, it is a cola-based drink and its recipe originates from the United States. Coca-Cola and Pepsi fought a fierce battle for years to conquer the American palate, and advertising campaigns directly reflected this scenario. One of Pepsi's most famous commercials was the so-called Pepsi Challenge, in which Coca-Cola consumers were invited to a blind test between the two soft drinks. The result was that more than half of those interviewed chose Pepsi and thus the companies created a rivalry, which even exists today. Pepsi Challenge currently, Coca-Cola is ahead in several places and, in Brazil, it is certainly the darling of consumers. But this advantage was not always so clear and throughout history Coca-Cola has almost lost its ranking. Currently, Coca-Cola is ahead in several places. In Brazil, it is certainly the darling of consumers. But this advantage was not always so clear and, throughout history, Coca-Cola has almost lost its ranking. When did Coca-Cola arrive in Brazil? Coca-Cola first arrived in Brazil in 1941, building its first factory in the country a year later, in Rio de Janeiro. The taste of the delicious and refreshing drink conquered Brazilians and it didn't take long for the large-scale production of Coca-Cola in Brazil to expand throughout the country, through franchises and new points of sale. In 1962, local raw material producers emerged and Coca-Cola launched its second soft drink on national soil, Fanta Orange. Today, the company owns 26 different brands and more than 200 products, making it one of the most profitable companies in the beverage business. With an empire built over so many years, some wonder whether Coca-Cola is weakening. Do you believe it? How did a sales campaign nearly bankrupt Coca-Cola? Coca-Cola's runaway success has made the company a little resistant to change, especially when it comes to its secret flavor formula, known to less than 6 people around the world. In 1985, the brand decided, in a bold move, to innovate and make the first change to the formula in 99 years, starting a sales campaign that went very wrong. The public did not accept the change well and sales of the soft drink began to fall, leaving the only alternative to abandon the new formula and return to producing Coca-Cola Classic, with its original flavor. This is considered the biggest mistake in the history of Coca-Cola and the loss of this campaign cost the company dearly. Since then few changes have been made to its original formula. Did you know that until 1929 cocaine was still one of the ingredients in soda? Hard to believe, but it's real. This version of Coca-Cola never arrived in Brazil, where sales started years later. Facts about Coca-Cola: who never arrived at a family lunch on Sunday and found Coca-Cola on the table? It's hard to meet someone who has never had soda. We separate some curiosities about Coca-Cola. Check out. Santa Claus in the red suit was invented by Coca-Cola. Do you know the Santa Claus we mentioned at the beginning of our article? So it is. This figure, recognized worldwide for red clothes, was the invention of Coca-Cola. In 1931, the company hired Hedin Sundblom, a Swedish-American artist who was tasked with portraying Santa Claus in Coca-Cola's Christmas ads. In Hong Kong, people drink hot Coca-Cola like this? Strange to imagine that there are people who don't drink that cold Coca-Cola, even more so in the heat, isn't it? In Hong Kong, some people drink hot Coca-Cola as a cold medicine. Where is the Coca-Cola recipe? The recipe for Coca-Cola is under lock and key. It is stored and protected inside a vault at the World of Coca-Cola Museum in Atlanta, the brand's headquarters. For you who are an entrepreneur, be very attentive to this part. Coca-Cola's strategies. First, Coca-Cola's main branding strategy is to associate the soda with moments of happiness. It is the well-known phrase, open happiness. If we think about it, the organization is nothing more than a producer of soft drinks composed of carbonated water, sugars, caffeine and cola extract. But, what do they sell to consumers? Hope, happy moments with family or friends, dreams, inspiration. All of this is shown through storytelling, adherence to social causes, diversity and inclusion campaigns, and the collaboration of soft drink consumers themselves in advertising campaigns. In addition, Coca-Cola has managed to overcome all social barriers throughout its existence. You can go to the home of a humble family in the interior and find soda as part of the meals, just as you can be on a first-class flight and have Coca-Cola as a drink option. In both examples, Coca-Cola is the same product, tastes the same, and is sold at the same price. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and be a subscriber to the channel. If you want to watch more content like this, tell me in the comments if you really liked the video, and you can give me ideas for videos that I can present on the channel.